Maybe I should have posted this in the first part, but I didn't have it. I didn't take a picture of it that actual day, so I took a picture of it today and loaded it in. So I thought this would be good proof to show you where the tides were. And you can go by the pictures as far as the time stamp on them. All right, thanks. Let's get on with this. All right, I'm moving around a little bit here because I see some structures that I wanted to point out. Some of the cell towers. Shoreline there. That's way off the shoreline. But there's that gray area. It's always there. It's a convergence. I'm gonna find these buildings again here. They should be coming up here real shortly. There it is right there. That's the condominiums. And again, I'm gonna leave it set right there. And again, I'm in full zoom. That's the condominiums. I don't think it is. I gotta find these condos. That might not even be pointing in the right direction. Shit. Now look at that, what I'm seeing way out there. There's the condo. Oh man, I've been on the wrong thing the whole time. Son of a bitch. Here. Let me get the whole set of them in there. There's the condos. Wow. I was way off, dude. I wasn't even on them.
Wow. But they opened
Look.
up. Finally opened up.
Look at that.
Wow.
I want to stay on these two back ones right here. Right at this zoom too, I guess. I'm gonna, or you know, I could do this. Try to get all three of them in there. Okay. Look how that light refracts upward. I want to say reflect. That's why I keep tongue-tying myself. Now that I found them, let me zoom into the middle one. Okay. Back up just a tad bit. Get that whole middle building right here. Alright, that's where I'm located right now. Damn. Wasted all that time before. I wasn't even on the thing. Yeah, I don't even know what other building I was on over there. I have to check my footage. But I always want to take pictures too before and after each one of these, but I'll start taking them now before I start the camera up again. Take a picture. Now, actually, let me do this too. These buildings are over 10 miles away. Okay. Go to Hernando Beach channel. Boat ramp.
follow that straight channel out, and kind of perfect to see that boat go by. And then have you start zooming into these buildings. Look at that, just that little bit of time. Look how that whole thing changed. You can see the one flat side of that building glowing a little bit. But wow, that boat went by and just kind of like smeared me out. Wow, that's crazy. Look at that light refraction now. Wow. Holy smokes, dude. Just in that short period of time, man, for me to zoom in, zoom out, and that boat going by, wow, it just like almost got whited out, that whole edge. I'm hoping it opens back up. Oh, there's part of it. The sun came out brighter. The sun came out through that opening. See, it's not behind the clouds as much. Yeah. Yeah. I need to grab my phone so I can document that the sun's out right now. Out from behind the clouds. Don't fall over. From behind the clouds right here. Let me see if I can use my sunglasses to show that a little bit better. That it's not behind the clouds as much. It kind of came out in the open. Dang. I get it. My glasses are hooked to my damn neck. Let me get it. Yeah. Okay. See, it's a little more out of the sun right there, or out of the clouds, and that's what caused that refraction off the buildings to just almost blind me from seeing them. You know, I'm videotaping with my camera and my cell phone at the same time. There's the buildings you can see in there, outlined. That's the 3 condos in Hudson Beach. Find them on Google Earth. The fake ball. The CGI ball of Earth. Google Earth. And also, too, you see that mist that boat put up when he went by? I bet you that doesn't help either. Being that I'm so low to the water. A mist. And you know what else I'm going to do? Even while my camera's running. Alright, let me shut this off. Yeah, the sun came out from behind the clouds right here. Let me see if I can use my sunglasses to show that a little bit better. That it's not behind the clouds as much. It kind of came out in the open. Dang. Get it. My glasses are hooked to my damn neck. Yeah. See, it's a little more out of the sun right there, or out of the clouds, and that's what caused that refraction off the buildings to just almost blind me from seeing them. Here I'm videotaping with my camera and my cell phone at the same time. There's the buildings you can see in there, outlined. That's the 3 condos in Hudson Beach. Find them on the Earth. CGI ball. CGI ball of Earth. Google Earth. And also, too, you see the mist that that boat put up when he went by? I bet you that doesn't help either, being that I'm so low to the water. A mist. You know what else I'm going to do? Even while my camera's running. Alright, let me shut this off. I got cameras running. I'm trying to do this. I'm wanting to wipe my camera lens down. Because I see that couple of them boats that went by and kind of made a spray. Got shit on my lens. So sorry. I'm going to do this while it's on. I hope it don't mess it up too bad. But it's a lens wipe. So it should dry fairly quick. But we not only got sprayed, probably all kinds of shit in the air. I'm hoping I didn't knock myself out of adjustment too much here. Make sure I take my garbage with me. What's that? You getting it?
Yeah, they're playing scope a bit, huh?
Actually, they're getting blocked out more by that sun, it seems like. Look at the, oh my God, look at the refraction line. So I mean, if anything, that light is actually blinding us from seeing it. That's why I stopped at this zoom right here, because it's pretty obvious that it's cutting shit off. Not,
It is.
it's not pulling shit up, it's cutting it off.
Exactly. It's cut off.
So this is a good zoom right here.
It's cut off, buddy.
Yeah. Good zoom. Tide's moving out now. Catching the last part of the incoming and the first part of the outgoing is what we're going to be catching. Alright, so if you want to, I mean, it's good to know when the incoming and outgoing is, because you can see it.
Okay, here I stuck the tide chart back in again so you can see where it was at.
On the camera, the water rise and fall. But does that prove a globe because water, if we got tides? Hell no, it don't prove a globe. Has nothing to do with being a globe.
Okay, I sped these next parts up for 5 times the speed to definitely cut this video shorter, but also to show you how as the light recedes, how it opens up and gives us a better view without that light reflecting off of the water and causing this gray out area. I like to call that the gray area, just above the visible water line, because that is where our views are cut off, and we cannot see within that area. But observational proof will show you later on in part 3 how our visibility is opened up and we are allowed to see much further beyond. Now, I kept it at this distance for a reason, and the reason was because I really wanted people to see how this light, if you want to call it refraction, is actually the culprit of cutting off our vision, not causing these buildings to pop up above the curve. That to me is how they have deceived us, saying that this is a mirage and that it isn't real, and that the heat will cause things to rise up, and come on, give me a break. When you have actual observational proof, the Globers will come in and try to beat you down, saying that, oh, you're proving refraction right here. But later on, and right now, you can actually see how these floors are opening up and how you can see actually all the floors. But you won't completely see it until I zoom in part 3. But at this faster rate, you can see how that line just above the water is compressing the lower half of these buildings, which will block us out from seeing them in detail. But I wanted, when I went out here to this island, I really wanted to be able to show how that refraction line or reflection line of the light is what hides the lower ends of these buildings. Now, at my height, these buildings should be like 40 feet below the curvature of Earth. And later on, you will see that all these floors are visible, except for the very bottom floor, which, because of my height, the land that protrudes out in front of these buildings will cut my view off from the lower portion. All right. So again, these are sped up 5 times, and it was 2 or 3 videos, I believe, that I did at this distance. And as you see, as the time goes by and the light gets or recedes from our view, we start seeing more and more of the building. And right here, that the sunlight kind of came in and kind of did that block out again. Look at that, the reflection line again, or that gray area that I'm always talking about, how it rose up. That blocks out our view from the lower portions of these buildings. They say that, the Chicago skyline, oh, you're not seeing right up to the shoreline. Well, of course not, because if you look at that video or that picture, there's this white line that cuts all the way across the whole picture. And that is what I call the gray area. That is where everything is blocked off from the light being reflected upward and causing the object, or the buildings in my case, to be pulled downward. And that hides a lot of stuff. It actually hides your true visibility, resolution, how you angular resolve that area. Now, this next little part here, I put this at regular speed. As you can watch this boat that's way out there kind of drive by the screen. And then I speed it back up again at 5 times the speed until this last little portion where I start to zoom in, which will be coming up right here. Now I move around a little bit, and then I'll zoom in a little bit more, but I'm not going to zoom in to full zoom. But I want to show you how because I didn't get my camera focused really well on this, so it's a little out of focus. But in the next portion, in part 3, I will get in a lot better focus. So as you see, you can pretty much see all these buildings. This is a 9 to 10 story building, and I believe the 10th story is that little piece at the top, and it's actually 9 floors. But later on, we'll get to that. We'll address that, how many floors are in this building, with some pictures of close-up views, which I fish in this area, so I had recently went down there like on the 15th of December and fished and got some videos and some pictures of these buildings, not from this angle but from a different angle, but you can obviously tell that these are going to be the buildings. All right, thanks for watching.